Hello, welcome to my baby stream. How goes it, everyone? It is me, Ellie, aka Keeb Noob. That's right, we got 2 streams in one day because I got the week off, so all bets are off.
And you get the week off and you're like, I'm going to do 2 streams. I get the week off, I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, and who's that voice you're hearing? That is the illustrious dededecline. And
Yo, what's up, everybody?
also, Winnie's here. She's sleeping still. And I also got a ton of mail like the second after stream ended.
Mail.
I got this Cam Wraith. Dee Dee's very quiet. Okay, let me update that. Let me bring this down. Okay, see if that's a little better. When he says hello, fire and darkness. So you may be wondering to yourself, why am I here? What are we doing? Well, joke's on you people, because for almost a year now, I've been working on a keycap set that I finally feel ready to, like, get into the IC phase. Gnarly Charlie out here with the deep thoughts for today.
Getting real existential.
Getting real existential. So, I have a little graphic. I'm just gonna put it up and say nothing, let you soak it in, because I'm proud of myself. I made this on my iPad. So let's just take a little look-see. This is my creation. Just think about it. What's going on? My dose of daily Monday dreads. Yay! Okay, so this keycap set I'm calling EPBT Pizza Rat. And it's a set I've been working on for a while. I just haven't had time, honestly, to like get it all done, but that's why I took a full week off to finish it up so I can get the interest check up. Yeah, so I was inspired. Well, me and my brother were like talking about this 30 Rock joke where it's like the Academy of like the New York Pizza Academy and like Academy of Pizza or something like that. There's two like that are
competing the rival pizza academies.
Yeah,
right?
the rival pizza academies, and that's where
you're a New York Pizza Academy man. Well, I'm a Pizza Academy of New York man.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that one.
So that's where we started talking about how funny would it be to do like a keycap set, and my thought was like, when I think of pizza, I think of like, I don't think of like an actual pizza, I think of like cartoon pizza. Like I think of like Ninja Turtles pizza or like a bunch of other stuff. I don't have an approximation of the interest check. Basically my goal by the end of this week is to submit all of the files to a renderer, and then whenever I get renders back, I'll post it up. So I would say by the end of this month or next month, for sure by next month, I would say. I don't know how long that crap takes though. But
very much depends on whoever your renderer
yeah, it
is,
depends
like,
on their schedule.
how busy they are.
Yeah, so my hope is like the end of June for sure it would be up, but who knows. So one of the first steps, well, the step that I've been dreading is the whole like kidding aspect of things.
Did someone say kidding?
What?
I can help with that.
Yes. Yeah, Awane's right. Renderers are often busy. That's why I'm like, it's very tentative on someone else's schedule. But the kidding aspect of keycap sets is something I've been dreading because I just don't know a whole lot about it. Like, I get confused just trying to buy keycaps, let alone design kits that will be appropriate for everyone. Because my goals in this set are to make it accessible for like, because pizza's for everybody.
Pizza's for the people.
Yeah, pizza's for the people. So I definitely want to have 40 support. I definitely want to have stuff to cover the weird layouts.
And we're going ePBT with this, right?
Yeah, ePBT.
So we've got that flexibility that we don't have with GMK.
Yeah, so like the other part too is because ePBT, as long as you hit base MOQ, other kits will be made. That helps out a lot too, I feel like. Just because you don't have to worry about those niche kits hitting MOQ.
Oh, absolutely. There's way less calculus when it comes to like which keys go in which kits so that they're affordable and can hit MOQ.
Exactly. So I knew Dede knows what he's talking about when it comes to this stuff. So let me get the file set up. But I'll show you my KLE that I've been kind of working on. It looks terrible, but it'll give you a general idea of what the set will look like. Actually, I did it in that like rendery website. So this is my basic idea. Toppings are not in their appropriate places. Hey Panda, what's up? Also, the novelties are not on their appropriate places. But this is kind of the general vibe I'm looking for. It's like we have a base cheese color, and then you got your crust, and then you got your toppings. But we'll get into the novelties in a second. Oh, yeah, so that command is for Panda that I made for him.
That's great.
So yeah, so this is, let me pull up. So yeah, so these are the colors I'm thinking about. I had to lighten this color. But, oh hello, thank you for following Zavizio. I like it. But my idea was to make it so like the toppings, that's inaccurate. The toppings would appear in their respective colors. These are not the finalized novelties. This is like an early thing I was working on.
I do love those.
But yeah, so like this is kind of closer to, I've been working on like moving those over to here, but one of the things I definitely want to put in the interest check is the idea of like having legends on the toppings, like, or no legends, because that changes kitting as well. So if you don't have toppings, then you have a little more flexibility, I feel like, because you can move them around on whatever within the same row. Have I ever tried to use Blender to design keycaps? I haven't, but I did download it. Apparently I was feeling ambitious and I downloaded it. But I also just downloaded the, Dede recommended it. It's called the Keyboard Render Kit. Let me pull this up. No, I don't want YouTube video. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it. So this is the keyboard render kit, because I guess like the first steps, I mean, would you agree with this, that the first step is to like get into a KLE basically?
Yeah, so the first thing you really want is the kitting. Like, you're going to do a lot of iteration with that initially.
What? I think he got disconnected. Oh!
I'm back.
You got too excited.
No, you know what happened?
What?
I saw that Discord needed to update, and I was like, "Oh, great, I'll do that." They really need to, like, if you're on a call, don't do that.
Oh no.
It was reflexive. I'm so smooth-brained. It's okay.
You're good. I was like, "Oop, he gone."
So, as I was saying, you're going to do so much iteration initially, just going through your kitting, that like,
yeah,
it's definitely worth starting there, because the first things you're going to want to really render are your kits, as well as like a couple boards. But like, you should get the kitting together before you start really like finalizing the colors, trying to lay any sort of kitting renders out, because that's just so much more work to go back and fix than like it is in a KLE.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of like I've stuck to KLE mostly. There's a couple of resources, like online resources you can use. There's this KLE render website where you can just drop in your KLE file and it'll output one of these videos.
Yeah, and it's like it's a little useful. It's not the most useful.
Yeah, I think for like early stuff, it's very useful. But yeah. So today, KLE is our friend. So let me.
So, I did send you.
Yeah, I got
the
file.
aesthetic KLE.
Let's open that mess. Okay, let me copy paste this. So if you didn't know,
it might actually break it by copy pasting it like this. Let's see what happens. It's kind of stuff. Yeah. So what you'll have to do is click upload JSON right below the then just put the file in there.
There we go.
There we go. So obviously the colors are going to have to change. I think the good news is that Pizza Rat has a very similar style. Like, you don't have a monocolored theme here, so like most of the kitting should remain kind of the same here.
Yeah.
It is good for us to like go over. I've always said like it's good to understand your kitting, because any changes that need to be made, any questions people will have, like it's good to be able to say why things are the way they are.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So like, kind of, do you mind if we just like go over what gets added on top of the 108 keys? So like, you start with what is like your very typical full-size keyboard. Past that, you get your accent escape, and then what we have done here is one version of ISO. It's called terminal ISO. It's basically the bare minimum for ISO users. So that includes that row 4, which rows are inverted for a lot of the like Chinese-based manufacturers use row 4 as top and row 1 as bottom, which is confusing for people that are used to like GMK rows, but that's how we have them
like
labeled
the order.
Here. So we'll just roll with it. So that's the row 4 alpha colored 1U pipe. That's the ISO enters. That's the row 2 1U alpha colored pipe, and that's the row 1 1U less than greater than sign keys.
Oh, this guy right here. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like the bare minimum for having ISO compat. You can do more, and with ePBT, you really can without much penalty if you want to. Like, if for some reason a bunch of people are like, I really want UK ISO, that involves generally just like changing a couple of the keys you have here, plus adding like your 1 through 3 keys get changed to have different top legends to them. But this is a good start. This is where I would start. So on top of that, we have the mod colored tilde, and then we've got delete and page down. Those are duplicated on the top row for like your 1800 layouts. So that would go above the numpad on those layouts, along with page up. But because you already have a row for page up, you don't need a second one of those.
This is crazy.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like if you didn't have this and this numpad was like squished in, you replace these
then
guys
you put
up here.
Delete and page up, page down.
Wow.
F13 is always mod colored.
That would be like up here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that gives you like a good symmetry, right? Because then you've got the mod colored escape, then the alpha color, then the mod, then the alpha through 12, and then the mod colored F13. So it gives you like a really nice color symmetry.
FE39 says F13 is always the wrong color.
I don't know if that means that F13 should not exist, but I mean, I see the argument for it. Just like pipe and tilde are. Speaking of which, so like going to the row 3 stuff, right? We've got mod colored pipe. We've got your HHKB backspace.
Oh, okay. Is that like an arrow instead of the word backspace, or just the size?
Ignore that. That should just be in line with whatever you're using. So if you go text mods, that should be text mods. Yeah, it goes in that spot. Because that's the original HHKB layout, is putting that backspace key there. And honestly, it looks good on a lot of layouts. Yeah. It gives like a nice kind of symmetry where like your row 3 through shift row mods are all icon if you go icon, and then your like row 1, row 4s would be text. That's usually the case. It looks nice. Some people prefer it. And then you've got your your second set of page up, page downs. So most kidding, even for GMK, you have 3 sets of page up, page downs. You've got your row 4, row 3 for your TKL. You've got row 3, row 2 for like most 65%. And then some people prefer row 2, row 1 for 65 and 75s. So you end up doing that 3 times. You've got row 4, row 3, row 3, row 2, and row 2, row 1.
Because that would be like that right side column.
Exactly. And so with GMK, some people try to shave a few keys off by not including the row 2, row 1. I think that's generally okay. I don't see many people complain about that when it's not included. But like, since we're doing EPBT, there's really no reason not to.
Yeah. No pun intended. We are kidding. I'm learning about keyboard kidding in preparation
no fun.
for my baby keycap set called EPBT Pizza Riot, coming to an IC near you soon.
And so then the last thing we have on row 3 is the minus. So that minus and the plus in the row 2.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's if you split the numpad plus key.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one used on the right. Okay.
Yeah. And so then row 2, the most common caps lock variations, you've got your base, just the standard caps lock. You've got your step caps lock, and then you've got your control. The step control is another thing that like you can add. It's way less common in GMK just because, well, you want to be
the monies
trim, right? the monies. But you know, like, it's a cool looking key. I honestly think that step control is kind of
yeah, they look cool.
Yeah.
I'm here for step caps. Step caps are fancy. Fight me.
Step control isn't that worth it. In GMK, probably not. In EPBT, it's like, it barely adds to the cost.
Ione says, nope, I fight for numpad and base.
So, this is one thing that actually this KLE is a little out of date on. I actually advocate with EPBT to separate numpad from base. That's probably a note we should make, because that should actually be changed.
I'll just scroll.
It's going to scuff real hard if you try to...
Dang it. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. Let me write this down on my cardboard.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And here's the reason. Because with GMK, I'm with Ione. I think numpad is good in base, unless, like, you're going with a theme where, like, you have a ton of accents, and that's more important. But with EPBT, you don't get this same kind of, like, punishment for a child kit that you do with GMK. If you separate your numpad from your base with GMK, the buyers are going to be paying a premium to get that numpad. With EPBT, it's pretty much cheap. Just pay what the base would have been to get both kits.
Oh, okay. So it cuts down costs on your base kit.
Right, without punishing the people who do want the numpad.
Well, there's
no MOQ on it either. So.
The other part was I was thinking if I did the numpad separate, it's a good opportunity for a kit name called the Personal Pan Pizza.
Holy shit. I love that. Yo, you're calling your spacebar kit breadsticks, right?
Duh.
Sweet. Good.
There's a lot of like amazing names we can do. We'll get to the controversy set later, but the controversy kit. But yeah, there's a lot of fun that can be had in this theme.
Okay, so past the caps locks, we've got our accent enter. We've got some more page up, page down. We already talked about. We've got our homing keys, the 5 for the numpad, which will be removed from this kit.
Oh, okay.
We've got the F, the J, the ISO stuff we talked about. And then finally, man, this KLE is kind of outdated. I wonder if I have a more up-to-date one. It's okay. I'll work with you later to like make this less or more up-to-date.
I can check too on like your final kits.
Yeah.
And like how it all looks. So.
Yeah, I figured for the sake of like on stream, it'd be good to just go over like what everything is for and like how to translate it to Pizza Rat and all that.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times like people just copy paste from other keycap sets without really understanding the why behind certain kitting decisions.
Exactly. And a lot of it does become like people talk about I wish there was standard kitting, but the thing is there's a lot of reasons why there's not standard kitting.
Yeah, that's what I didn't realize too, was how different it is between manufacturers. And like you'll have a lot of flexibility with certain menus versus like others.
And even within a manufacturer, like if you do a monocolored set, you need fewer keys than something with different colored mods and alphas. If you do something like an extension kit because you want to support more niche layouts at a lower cost, maybe you have more custom colors if this is GMK. Like there are reasons to change your kitting up from what it would normally be. Or like another good example, if you do really weird, like think GMK Polybius with its like very abstract mods, suddenly you need way fewer keys because you don't have to pay attention to legends as much. You just need that kind of physical compatibility.
Yeah.
So on the shift keys, there's actually one shift key that's not shown here that should be here, which is the 1.5, which is super not common currently. Would not put it in a GMK set, but for EPBT, I think we're going to see a lot more of it in the future. And again, doesn't really add anything to the cost. So like going through these, we've got the 2.25, which is used for the 660 layout. So if you're familiar with like the Leopold FC660, I think that's kind of like the most famous version of that. It's basically it's 65 that kind of pushes its arrow keys to the right a little bit because it uses 2.25 shift instead of 1.75 on the right side.
Oh, interesting.
You've got your 2U shift, which is for like the 64 key layout. That's used in place of the left shift.
The left shift, yeah. The Titan 60 PCB supports that layout where it's like everything's shifted at a half thing.
Which I honestly, I mean, I fully am here for putting your arrows on layers, but I think the other thing that a lot of people don't think about when they buy into that layout is that it changes your stagger on your keyboard because it moves your ZX0 slightly to the left. For people that are like not willing or not easily able to adjust to a new layout, it can honestly be kind of weird to deal with.
Yeah. So I want to ask some good questions. If Numpad's personal pan pizza, then what's 40's kit called? And I had a couple of different ideas because I thought ortho could be like cafeteria style, because I don't know if you're a cafeteria. They come in these like rectangular shapes.
So I wouldn't separate ortho and 40s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just have them together. Okay, that's fine. But it says Numpad might be cashier kit. So there is some text novelties I wanted to do, kind of like point of sale, like keys. So there'll be like an extra cheese key and I was thinking that would be good for this area, the like print screen, like the TKL sections. Like the insert home delete stuff. For alt alphas, so this is where like the kitting becomes important for this one, because if I was thinking it would be like the extra cheese kit would be like the alphas that you're missing from base. But then we are fighting about like, should toppings be in base or should they be in additional kit? And to me, I'm of the thought that if you're buying Pizza Rat, you're buying it because of the novelties. So having those novelty alphas is important. But let me know. There's gonna be lots of fighting in this interest check. I have a feeling.
Let's duke it out.
Yeah, I'm here for all of the input. Like, I very much want to know what you guys think. Can you have ranch alphas? People will fight you on that double day. Thinking about building a 60 or more likely 65 with separate numpad. But oof, this hobby has so many options and choices on top of everything being so expensive. Yeah, it's rough. There's a lot of options, but if you need help picking something, just holla at your girl. One topping in base, like a typical pizza slice. Okay, that's what I was thinking too, is maybe like the base kit would be like pepperoni.
I was going to say pepperoni.
And then have
that's
the
like
other...
the OG single topping, right?
Yeah. Single topping pizza. You could have the 2 topping, the 3 topping. Janelle Bean, what was that question? I enjoy watching people argue. Meat lovers. Yeah, so are we talking about pizzas or is this weird keyword terms I don't understand? Okay, so we're working on keycap kitting for the keycap set I'm making called Pizza Rat. Which will look like something like this. So that's why we're talking about pizza stuff.
Dude, we should have like hit up Domino's before this and gotten like a referral code because
at
least one person in chat is going to order pizza by the end of this stream.
I know, right? Dang. Can you get a bunch of lube for a rum somehow dyed red? So I thought about running like switches alongside it, like red switches, just like a JWK recolor or something. Have the soft switches. That's a lot of effort. Numpad kit, just a slice. Ooh, that's a good idea. Single slice.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I'll be opening up a channel in my Discord too once I get the interest checked up so you guys can run around in there. I need to make some updates to my Discord, but yeah. It'll be fun. Am I into split backspaces? I've tried them. I'm not mad at split backspace. I use it, but not on all my boards. Get a greasy solvent novelty.
Ew. Oh my gosh, it could be like a wipe or something that just like is really slick.
Yeah. Can I put this on my Pizza 65? Yes, you can if you want, Iwanate. I know, didn't Ling build that for you recently? Pair it with some cream switches for the Alfredo pizza life! Briz! See, this is why I'm really excited to get this out there because I know you guys are a bunch of smarties and you're gonna figure out some cool crap we can do with this. So I'm really excited. Alright, so we were finishing,
at the shifts, right?
Shifts.
So 1.75, that's your 65% right shift. 1.25, that's your ISO left shift.
Okay.
And then 1U is only included because we also have the 2U. So when you do that 64 key layout with the like arrows,
there's a right side shift, the 1U shift.
Yeah, exactly. So we go ahead and include that in here. And so like the 1.25 shift and the 1U shift are useful for 40s. So we're not going to include those in the 40% kit because they're already in here.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a double whammy for us. FN, that's usually like 65% column or 64 key. You might put it to the right of the arrows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Finally get to your last page down key after all this time.
All the page downs.
And also sometimes used on the end of the 75% column. We've got our Alice B, and we've got our numpad single 0. So, especially on like 96 key, 1800 boards, that 2U0 in the numpad might just be a 1U.
They
so
split
that goes
it
there.
so there's like the extra keys.
Yeah, exactly. Then you've got your accent, numpad enter, and then I feel like the last row ones are pretty self-explanatory for the most part. It's worth noting that like this is kind of overboard. You wouldn't do this in GMK kitting. Like the two 1.5U supers, that's overkill. That's because we can. Because why not give people the support if they want it? Typically, though,
what is super for typically? Is it PC or Mac?
Yeah, so super is the generic version of like Windows.
Oh, okay.
And then your 7U spacebar. Most of these base kits, you'll just go ahead and include like alpha colored 6.25 and 7U.
Okay,
bars.
yeah. Let's see. No pun intended said you should get Bergoli to render it on his Swiss keyboard too. That would be awesome. I've seen that board. It looks so fun. Like I would love that board.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Let's see. Briz to. I was the opposite. I got like nothing done. I was supposed to mow the lawn, but was like, nah, gonna watch Ellie build the Saturn.
Oh my god, I watched the clip of you dropping the case while putting the handle on, but I watched it in like 0.25x speed. It was incredible.
This board is heavy. Like, it's sick that it has a handle, but it's pretty heavy.
Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
It's
I love
so
it.
Cool, right? And my cardboard version is perfectly sized. Wow. That's right, haters. Is Saturn or Squid heavier? Let me check. Here's Squid.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, frick. They're about the same weight, honestly.
You don't have a scale, do you?
I just have my crappy, like, one from my own body. Do you think that would work?
Maybe. I don't know. I use, like, a postage scale.
Oh, yeah. I think it will break one. I have, like, a food scale.
No pun asked if that's a Boardwalk. Yeah, that's a Boardwalk PCV in the Saturn 60.
Yeah, this is a Boardwalk in the Saturn 60. I think the Saturn might be slightly heavier, but it's hard to tell because it's just, like, bigger. You know, like, wider.
It is impressive for the Squid at how close it is because the Saturn is much bigger.
Yeah.
Which means that the Squid is just that dense.
No, it's heavy. Whenever I go to pick up that board, I'm like, holy crap! No pun intended, makes my favorite set ever. Cat. Oh, is that Napoleonic? Bro, yeah. The amount of work that you did for that mess?
Mind-blowing. Intense. Literally, my stream review of Napoleonic was like, holy shit. Like, this guy wrote a thesis for his keycap set.
Meanwhile, I made this. Brez says, can we get a novelty of just a pile of pizza cheese to remember all the cheese that has died falling off a slice? Bro, how dare you not keep, like, tabs on your cheese, dude? Which pizzas are these slices is this cheese falling off of? Also, another question I'm going to ask on the interest check. Why are people throwing away whole slices of pizza? I saw a pizza squirrel. I have video evidence.
Bro, that's not okay.
Yeah, why? That? Who's doing this? Why are pizza rats having access to whole slices of pizza?
Eat your damn pizza.
Who's hurting these pizzas? Come on. Novelty spacebar with a long pizza peel on it.
Obviously, you need a katakana alpha set. It's just a requirement.
Obviously, I'm using so Hangul needed. Or Hiragana. How do you know that pizza wasn't a gift? That's true. Maybe somebody donated it to the squirrels and rats in need.
Bro, have you seen the rats in the New York City subways? They are clearly gifted slices of pizza like every hour. They're huge.
Those things are fatty.
Italian sub-legends, please.
If I did sub-legends on this set, it would be like tiny rats.
Or it could be like
I'm gonna write
slices
that
of
down.
pizza in different directions.
Tiny rat sub-legends.
NYC rats don't play around. No, they're terrifying.
Yeah, I just don't feel like sub-legends are terribly necessary for this set.
No. I was totally kidding about that.
But if we do it, we're doing Japanese hiragana because get all of that appropriation points, baby. Obviously, this is also a weeb set, so there's that.
Yeah, so we can scroll past. Oh, one thing you might want to add to your base kit, I did not put accent arrows in because I had the alt mods. My thinking being if someone really, really wants those, they can just go ahead and buy the alt mods as well.
Oh, like here.
But you know, if you're not going to have alt mods, then you can just.
Yeah, I don't plan on having like an
Well,
alternate.
actually, I just realized you don't really have an accent color, do you?
Mm-mm.
So that makes things easier. You can cut a lot of the accent keys out. So the accent
Like
escape,
the green.
Yeah, every cap that's green here can just be killed off.
Lit.
Yeah, that's pretty
Should
dope.
I just delete this?
Yeah, I mean, if that's going to help you remember. Honestly, I would write some of these things down because
Yeah,
I know how easy it is to forget things you've talked about in kidding. I've done that so many times, it's not even funny.
Alt colored caps.
But and I do think this is worth consideration when you think about like whether or not to have the toppings in the base kit. Because you don't even have an accent color, if you don't add the toppings or you just do like pepperoni and base, you can probably cut down the cost of your base kit by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm torn. I'm torn because I think I just feel like if you're buying a pizza set, there should be some toppings in the base set.
I like the idea of the pepperoni base.
I'm like thinking too hard. But yeah, I think pepperoni base would be lit.
And that's basically your accent color then. That works out.
Italian alphas, yes, subs would be a mess. Send me if you have oh, you know what, are you in my Discord? I know we've talked before on the Discords. Here we go. Let me send you a link. You can join the chaos. Yeah, I need to make some updates before I open it up for Pizza Rat stuff because I don't want doodle heads running into my beautiful Discord.
It needs to be protected.
It needs to be protected. It's too wholesome right now. We're not toxic enough. We're haters, but not toxic.
Yeah, so you can like go past the alt mods.
Okay.
We can talk like separating the numpad kit at a later time. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, I wrote it down on my thingy.
So 40s ortho, this is for the most part what you want.
Okay.
There are probably a few things that I've updated.
I think it's missing 3U space bars.
So 3U I put in the spacebar kit rather than the 40s ortho because those are useful for larger than 40s as well.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because you have like those 60 PCBs where it'll be like split space 3Us or something weird.
Exactly. And you have things like the Type K, right? So what you do have in here is you've got like just the back key for row 4. This is for like your preonic, like your 50% ortho or like an iris.
Oh, okay.
So that, yeah, that's so that you can have like a 1U backspace for the top row. You'll put escape on row 3 and row 2. It's pretty common for ortho users to put escape on row 2 and tab on row 3. I think that's weird, but I'm not here to judge, you know. I'm a niche user. Like we've all got our weird shit. I get it. Row 3, 1U enter, you can get rid of. I hate to say it, but that's not really a thing.
This one?
There are 3. Oh, no. Row 3, not row 1.
Row 3, oh, okay.
There are approximately 3 people that use that key. I am one of them, and so I included it in aesthetic. No pun is another one of those 3 people. I would love for it to be a thing, but it's absolutely not necessary. Um, but so
It's for just you guys.
yeah, it was a selfish inclusion. I'm not. I have no regrets.
We can have the like ultra weirdos kit. Or
Ione, the 1.5 shift. I mentioned that earlier, going in base kit. So that should be in base on EPBT.
you could call it the ultra pizza rats.
Ultra rats.
Kits.
Love it.
The row 3 enter key and whatever
Anchovies.
else you want. We've talked about anchovies. We'll get into that.
We had a discussion about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about that more. Right, so then 1U back on row 3, that's for ortho, like plank. And then you've got the 1.75, the no-no key for your minivan layouts.
That's this one?
That one, yep.
Yeah. I don't know why people hate this key so much, but the petty
That's a
reasons,
whole other stream.
Yeah,
that's
the petty reasons give me life, I'm not gonna lie. They pulled me through this pandemic.
It's made it worthwhile for sure.
Yeah.
And so then the row 2 1.25 tab, that's probably like the most important key for staggered 40%.
I was gonna say, I think my liminal is like that, maybe. I don't know.
If it's not a base kit mod 40%, it uses the 1.25 tab.
Oh, okay.
Literally every layout. My Prime E uses it. My 12U or 12U keyboards, 12.75, 13U, they all use that key. Like, you cannot have 40 support without that key.
Without that one, okay.
You've got your mod colored quote. This is a key that's usually killed off for GMK 40s because it's a lot more price oriented.
Uh-huh.
But just so that you have like pretty colors all lined up on that last column for like a plank, people like to have a mod colored quote key. You can of course put like something else there, but it makes sense. A lot of people use that as like the actual key. And then finally the last one, the code key. You really can put kind of anything here. This is just a 1.5 key because there's a lot of weird layouts that like to have a 1.5 on this row. Mm-hmm. Some of them have 2 1.5, so like you already have the enter on the next row down for row 2. Mm-hmm. But some of them use 2, like the Pearl. It's definitely an outlier case. But I put code here. You could put function here. It could even be control. Like, it really doesn't matter.
I wouldn't put za on it.
I love it. I love it.
So that's the 40s or the row 2 code.
And then you've got your enters. So on row 2, you use 1U for ortho, 1.25 for your like 12.5. So that's like UT 47.2, Whimsy. You've got the 1.5. That's your like minivan layout enter. And then you've got the 1.75 enter, which is for like 13U. It's used on 12Us as well. And that is another key that's not typically added to a GMK set, mm-hmm. because you can just use like your 1.75 control from the caps locks in that position. But again, EPBT, we've got the luxury of putting whatever the fuck we want. Yeah, so we do it. And then finally the row 1s. We've got raise and lower. So those are used on ortho because if you mm-hmm. don't have those, you don't have enough 1U keys to fill the bottom row of an ortho board. That's literally the reason those keys were made.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was like, then, wow, they included raise and lower keys.
Yeah, it's super extra. No Pun says, for that home row mod, I would use a legend that doesn't exist in the bottom row. I agree with him on that. So for the 1.5 code key, uh-huh. Yeah, so find a legend that's not used on the bottom row and stick that there. And then you've got the enter. That's like the OG plank layout is having a shift key on the left and an enter key on the right. We also include the shift key because we already have one in base. So if someone wants to do shift on left, shift on right. They've got that option here. And then finally the lock key. This is so it's just a like it's an artifact of a bygone era. The OG minivan layout uses it. There are a couple other boards that use it, but it's super uncommon.
It's just like
that's another
old
key
school.
we definitely do not include that in GMK sets. But it gives nice compatibility to the people that need it. Dimple is another board that like is really useful for this because Dimple uses two 1.75 shift keys. So this way we can have shift on left, lock on right. It's a super scuffed layout.
Is the word lock like? Do people like that?
It doesn't mean a fucking thing. You could put whatever you want there. Like, I don't know, there might be someone who's like, wait, why doesn't it say lock? But I really don't think anyone's going to fight you on that.
Fight me.
And so then the choices for the spacebar kit will probably differ a little bit for you. Like, Aesthetic was a unique case in which we had to accommodate 3 colors because of the 2 different kinds of mods that were available. And that's actually probably something worth talking about. What color do you want your space bars to be? Because I think Pizza Rat is one of the rare occasions where it might be nice to go mod-colored spacebar.
Okay, I was just debating because I kind of... This is what it looks like with the alpha color spacebar. Yeah. The other thing, too, is do we want the Afro keys to be crust? Because then it'll be, like, completely encircled.
Right. I think that these are things worth interest checking, see if people feel super strongly about them.
Okay. But yeah, like,
because I see the argument for either.
I kind of like the alpha colored spacebar just because of, like, this orange is going to be super bright. So, like,
right.
It's going to be pretty heavy. And it also kind of creates, like, this, like, roundness, if that makes sense.
Ooh, I liked Janelle's idea, the 4-color spacebars for the 4 Ninja Turtle headband or bandanas.
This isn't an eyepiece that Janelle. But I like your thinking.
And you know, because you don't have an accent color, you could offer alpha and mod colored spacebars. Oh. So just put alpha in the base kit, put mod in the spacebar kit, and so people have the choice.
Yeah. Okay.
But so like we'll probably want to tweak some of the minibar getting around that, like, but generally the reason we have these is so you have a single 1U. Your Plank will use 2 1U spacebars, but we put the other one in the spacebar kit because you can also use that with like an Alice or a regular split space.
Yeah.
The 1.75. You want 2 in here at least. So you can choose whether you want to have like 2 in the same color or if you want to do 1 in each color. Same goes with 2U. That can be the same way. What I did here was I made it so that you could get the minimal compatibility by buying just the 40s kit, or if you wanted those extra keys, the spacebar kit is like a complement to it. It will give you the full...
It gives you the extra...
The full kitting, exactly.
Okay. Also, thank you. Thank you. Wait, where's my face? Well, thank you for following Loki Sam. Dang it, where's my face? Oh, well. Also, what's up, Static? And Grind is also a genius. Could you write that idea down in the channel, Janelle Bean? Because I'm still thinking about that. Because, yeah, a lot of my, like, initial inspiration photos and stuff was Ninja Turtles. Because when I think pizza, I think Ninja Turtle pizza. The cheese is, like, melting. It's freaking,
and when
like,
you think
floppy.
Pizza Rat, you think of Chuck E. Cheese and you think of, oh my gosh, who's the rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, Splinter.
You think of Splinter, right?
I didn't think of that, actually. The initial connection, I did not make that. I just thought of, like, the rat that was dragging the pizza in the subway.
That's hilarious.
And then people were like, oh, Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like...
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Totally.
Definitely.
Be hilarious.
Master Splinter. Cool. Okay, so for like these space bars, you go with like the ortho 40s, like the kind of standard ones, and then you add on to that with the space bar kit.
Yeah. So, what I would do, like, I think we'll have to see how it all looks once you've got like kitting together. Might need to be some changes, but right now I think what you could do is just delete one of these rows of space-bars because you only have 2 colors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think you can generally keep everything else that's there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, I'll get rid of these colored ones.
Right. Obviously, you can get rid of the second color as well.
We're doing it, you guys.
Novelties, I mean, that's completely different for your set, so we
Yeah.
don't really need to touch on that. Unless you want to talk about your novelties.
I do. Let's talk about it.
While you do that, I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Get it, girl. Okay, so I'll show you kind of my iterations of novelties. Oh, crap. Kind of the process I went through. So the original designs I drew by hand in my keycap designer notebook. So let me pull this up. I don't know if I dated when I started drawing this. Because I get ideas and I start writing stuff. So, let me switch to this. So this is my OG notes. Pizza. Boom boxes. So this is what I did. I drew out stuff on paper. And then I took a picture of it with my phone. And I traced it on Illustrator. So let me pull that up. Okay, so my original thingies are over here. So you can see here, I took a picture from my drawing and I started sketching it out in Illustrator, and I tried a couple different iterations. Let me close this for a second. Oh yeah, so Bert, I actually did buy a pizza. Well, this was a pizza I used as like a photo reference for the onions. But I actually did buy a pizza, and I took pictures of it with this Pantone card in their app.
Oh my god.
The pepperoni color is a more saturated version of the color I picked off of the photo. I have pictures and stuff. I'll include it all in the interest check. But yeah.
I hope that pizza is a tax write-off for business expenses.
Dude, that pizza I got that day, it looked perfect. It was insane. So the crust color and the pepperoni color are directly picked off of the pizza. So that's kind of cool.
That's incredible.
But yeah, so this is kind of like my iterations I kind of went through. So before I knew about our Lord and Savior ePBT, I had thought that it would be a GMK set, which is why these legends or novelties down here are so thick. Because the tolerance is like, they have a very specific like minimum line thickness you have to use.
And not only that, you have to be a lot more basic with your design. You can't be as detailed. So now that you're using PBT, you could add a lot more detail to these novelties.
Yeah, so I'm debating if I want to keep my original, like, this is the shape I thought of when I thought of, like, bell peppers.
I get bell pepper from that.
The other option is, like, this style of bell pepper, but it feels more like a 4-leaf clover. But I also played around with, like, including legends, not including legends, as well as, like, just doing outlines in the color and the legends of the color. I don't know. These are all questions I need to ask. But so yeah, the main novelties are pepperoni, bell pepper, red onion, mushrooms, and then in the controversy kit, pineapple will also be included. But this is closer to like the finished like ones I'm working on. As far as shape, I would use similar thickness guidelines for any reverse die sub keys. Yeah, I'm trying to get that like a good balance of like thickness versus it being too crazy.
Yeah, the thing to remember about PBT Legends is that it will end up a little bit thinner in reality than however you design it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've been trying to keep it like as thick as I can without losing like a ton of detail. But yeah.
For sure.
You should do a pizza with left. What? What are you saying?
Wait, you're not familiar with none pizza with left? Hold on.
What is that?
You've never seen that? I can't believe it.
What? What does that mean?
I got you.
Okay, send me them links.
Wait, where's your stream? Fuck. I've got so many tabs open.
What? I've never heard of that before. But yeah, Ioane brings up a good point, including the legends restricts where you can use the caps, and that's what I was thinking too, because I like the look of the caps with legends, but it limits like flexibility, right? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll get it rendered without legends, and then in the interest check I'll ask if people want legends. Know your meme. Let's pull this up. What is that pizza?
It's none pizza with left beef.
What is that?
They ordered no toppings, no cheese, no sauce, but beef on the left side.
What?
Danklam, yeah, I feel old too, realizing how old this meme
Bro,
is.
Danklam is the baby, dude. She is not old. This is amazing, though. If you do point of sale style alt text, okay, we can add that. So yeah, one of my ideas too was for this area. Let me pull up for this area, I want to do like a point of sale style novelties. So that's a good one. None pizza. Because I've been trying to come up with some text novelties. With left beef.
Are we getting a left beef kit?
So like Froyo mods were, yeah, I think because what were there is like was that a GMK set?
Which one?
Froyo.
Yes.
Yeah, so they did like I think topping, size, total.
They had really cute legends.
Yeah, I kind of want to add stuff like that. I pulled up a picture. Where is it?
Honestly, if you did that in your base kit, it could be really cool.
Yeah.
Just an idea, because you could cut down your legends even more.
Oops, what am I doing? So this is a picture I picked up from Domino's point of sale thing. So there's a lot of different things we could use. That's a good idea though, like using the ingredients that are sort of shaped like letters.
Yeah, I like that.
Yikes! I wouldn't. I'm gonna sip my tea real fast.
Oof. Man, rip to GMK Froyo 40 ortho base.
Rip.
Wait, was Froyo a royal set?
I think so. Yeah, it was. The only thing I have from I have Little Tykes and I have the Liminal, which is actually right behind me.
Yeah, I got Little Tykes. I'm glad I did. I need
Oh,
to.
it was
I need
totally
to figure out what I'm
worth
gonna
it.
put
I
those
loved
in.
it. I have mine in my Q-Frenzy.
Ooh, nice.
And she cute. Yeah, this is the Liminal. This is a great board. The build guide for this board was like one of the best build guides I've ever seen. Okay, so we went
So we've
through
done those.
novelties. This is where it's gonna be a real different from what yours was.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just yeet my kits out the window with
Also,
those.
I don't feel like I really want a whole lot of other novelties besides toppings.
I think that makes perfect sense. I don't think that should not be like anything you need to do.
Yeah, I think if I did any, I would maybe do like a rat on the escape key or something, and that's about it.
I like that.
Liberation. Yeah. So my keycap set is called EPBT Pizza Rat. This is the vibe. This is the basic overview. I still need to like decide where all of these toppings go. But I think I'm comfortable with the no legends on toppings idea. I think that makes the most sense. But I will ask about it on the interest check. But yeah, we're kind of like going through DD's set EPBT aesthetic, which was groundbreaking, only $79 base kit. I definitely didn't show for that set, Horde. Is it still
I don't know
up
if
on
you
my
heard,
thing?
but EPBT Pomelo actually failed today.
Sag. Wait, let's look that
up. According to the runner, it only sold like 20 base kits. Crazy enough, it had a really good 40s ortho base that it sold like 50 of.
I mean...
But it seems like it was probably a mix of like people weren't as crazy about the colorway.
What was the other one?
Plus the price was a little high, $105 for an EPBT set.
I felt like it looked like this set, which I hate this set.
I was going to say, I do not like the Poke one.
I have big issues with this set.
Yeah.
I have some appropriation issues with this set.
Right.
I have some Christmas design issues with this set.
Yeah, I was going to say the colorway is also not great.
I mean, this wasn't my favorite colorway. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not my favorite colorway, but I felt like it was a very personal preference dislike of the colorway rather than like
it's
objectively
I don't think
being good.
It's objectively bad. I do think the novelties could have used some help.
I agree.
Because I think to get this set to sell, you gotta make the novelties like heckin' cute.
Yeah, you gotta really like lean into the theme to really differentiate it.
Because right now it just looks like lemons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad though.
Yeah, really. It's crazy. I didn't think that an EPBT set would be failing with like.
Because it's what,
how cheap they are. 200.
200? Oh dang. Wait, and did they call it early or something, or like?
Yeah, it's only been a week.
That's crazy though that like it wasn't.
I mean, the first week is pretty indicative of how a set's going to go, and
yeah, but with that low of an MOQ, you'd think like the vendor could just step in or something.
Buy it out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they decided it wasn't worth it. Maybe they decided it'd be better to go back to the drawing board. Anyway, sorry to like distract, but it's.
Oh no, I'm here for the drama. My stream is for drama. Let's be real. Fire and Darkness.
What is MOQ? Base kit will be 200. Everything else does not have an MOQ.
Yeah, for EPBT, as long as the base kit hits MOQ, all other sets will be made. So it gives you a ton of flexibility. And I think it's perfect for my set because since it's so memey, like, we can do whatever the heck we want in the other kids. Like, come on.
Yeah, if you did like a point of sale TKL novelty and GMK. I mean, I love the idea. I don't know if it hit MOQ though.
Yeah. Let's see. Since it's EPBT, do novelties with legends and a kit without. The one without the legends can be your build your own. I like it.
So space bars, I think because again EPBT you can have a few kits. I think it's worth separating the long space bars from the mini bars.
I agree because I usually will grab the mini bars kit, but not the. I don't want the big ones. I'm like, why do I need these?
Right, exactly. So like it'd be pretty similar because we talked about the ones in 40s and generally I think those should stay the same. So I think it's pretty much going to be the same here, except you'll have one fewer color because you'll only have alpha in mod.
Okay. Make pineapple colors a whole add-on. That's way too expensive. So I'm calling that kit the controversy kit, and so far it has pineapple. But if there's other toppings you'd like to add,
I think anchovy should be in the controversy.
Anchovies. Kit. Okay, I do feel like anchovies are controversial, but I'm just wondering from a color perspective, like would it be like a blue or like a silver? Pickles?
I think it'd be kind of like a purple gray.
Okay.
Pickles, is that a thing?
I know, like, is that a thing? That's so cute. I want a family-sized breadsticks and single breadsticks.
Ooh, okay, so I pulled up an article on the most controversial toppings, most hated pizza toppings. So, what we've got, pineapple, number 1. We're off to a good start.
Okay.
Barbecue sauce.
They hate barbecue sauce?
I'm surprised by that. I think that's a pretty inoffensive choice.
Yeah. Ooh, I want a corn, though, is the bomb on pizza.
Ooh, that's... I'm not here for it, but that is a big thing, especially in Japan. So,
yeah. And mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise, that's definitely controversial.
No,
some of these are like super not controversial. Ooh, broccoli.
I'm curious about Doubleday's Cuban sandwich style pizza. Would that be pickles, ham? What would be on that? Let me know. I want to know.
Okay, that Cuban sandwich style pizza that Doubleday mentioned sounds really good.
Can you order from just like any pizza place, or there's like a specific one you order from?
Whoa, where can I get a kimchi pizza? Because that sounds
No,
delicious.
okay. So Bert, she introduced me to kimchi on pizza. You get your pizza, you put kimchi on top, and you take a bite. It's the best bite.
That sounds so good.
It's the best bite, I'm telling you.
Oh, we talked about olives going in the controversy.
Oh yeah, olives. I'm also curious with EPBT, is there like a limit on the number of colors?
Nah.
I mean, obviously it's gonna be a pain in the butt to like color match more, but they don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was going to say like obviously color matching is important. You want to be representative of what you're selling, but it's not like it needs to be like the most perfect color match for these toppings,
right? This whole set is so memey that it's like, oh, you PM me pizza? Pizza.
Bro, I wish people would PM me pizza.
Girl, you need to get your Discord.
Fuck.
Oh, it's called Cottage Inn Gourmet Pizza? Dude, Pizza by Any needs to hop on the Cuban style, because that sounds delicious.
Someone said the numpad kit would be good as being called like Detroit style. I love that idea.
What is Detroit style? I've never heard of that.
Okay, scroll up. I think they actually had.
Wait.
Let's keep scrolling.
I like how like.
Okay, the barbecue chicken one.
This one?
It's not quite Detroit style, but it kind of looks it. It's like a square kind of pan pizza is Detroit style.
Oh.
You can Google it. They're delicious.
Oh, I scrolled past the lasagna pizza. I like the Cuban. Ooh. Oh, it wants me to order. I'd be down, but I don't know if they deliver where I'm at. Tangy gold barbecue sauce base, pulled pork, ham, pickles. Wow. I think that would be really good, actually. I love how, like, usually my stream or my Discord, we're always talking about food. And now my stream has turned into food stream like I predicted it would. Detroit style pizza. Square. Oh. Yeah, maybe the ortho cake could be Detroit style.
Well, except you're doing ortho 40s.
Oh yeah, ortho 40s.
No, that's what I was saying you should do for a numpad, because the numpad's like rectangular.
Let me see. Numpad. Learning so many things about pizza.
God, what an educational stream, learning about kidding and pizza.
Right?
Two of my favorite things.
Liberation's got some hex codes for us, baby. Okay, I'm writing this down.
A
277973 007488. Okay, I'll take a look at my Pantone book. Thank you. Yeah, so I very much want everyone's input. I will be setting up my Discord so that we can bring in more people. Just specifically for the pizza stuff. I didn't figure that out. Because I don't want no haters in my Discord. I will kick you so fast.
Yeah, I was going to say there might be a channel or two worth locking if you're going to open it up.
Yeah, no, that's why I like wanna... I just want to set some stuff up, so... But I do appreciate everyone. I was gonna ask you about something else. I forgot. I would not kick you so fast. Whatever. You're like the number one sweetie of the of the freaking hobby. Don't even.
I've heard that Ione character is pretty toxic.
Oh my gosh. He scammed me on an artisan trade. Flipper. Race to be kicked first. Bro, Panda's already won that race.
Wait, did Panda get kicked?
No, but he would be. He said some questionable things before. Alright. I think that was the main things I was interested in. You definitely helped me figure out a lot of this crap. Oh, something I was going to ask you about was kind of like next steps after, like, so you've got your kitting figured out, colors are picked for Pantones, you have renders. What's kind of like the next step? Like if I'm a new keycap designer person, like
after you have renders?
Yeah, after I've got renders, like what do I do?
So I think there's an important step before that, which is before you like send stuff to your renderer, I would recommend doing a little bit of iteration to just make sure you're set on your colors. I think that's where the like keyboard render kit is really helpful, because that gives you the ability to like it won't give you like advertisement quality renders, but it will give you a good enough idea of how your colors will really look, where you can like make those tweaks if you want to, and then after that you can then like go to a renderer, get those taken care of, right? Because then you're spending as little time waiting for them to make the nice renders.
So that was this thingy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you are like selecting, so this is a question I was really curious about, because ideally, right, if you have a Pantone swatch, I came across the KLE warped colors thing, because basically what I did was I picked my colors in Illustrator using the Pantone color picker thing. There's this thing called Pantone Connect.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can grab... Oh, it won't even show it on stream, because you have to be like signed in.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
I can see it on Discord, though.
But basically, it gives you all of the Pantone swatches and their associated hex codes. So what I did was I did the colors in Illustrator based off of the Pantone swatches.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed the official hex codes and dropped those into KLE, and it looks totally different. Like, so this,
absolutely. KLE is terrible at representing colors.
So this is it, like, in Illustrator. Look at this. This is how crazy. These are the same colors, right? This is an Illustrator, and There we go. Okay, I can just flash it. So this is Illustrator. That's KLE. Look how off that is. It's insane.
Yeah, people should never, ever, ever use KLE
as
their
baseline.
Yeah.
I picked my colors based off the swatches because I picked up the this expensive piece of crap. The Pantone books.
Oh my god. Yeah, those are not cheap.
Yeah. I got the cheapest one, but I did pick out the swatches I liked from in person. And then put those into Illustrator, then grabs the hex codes for KLE because you don't want to mess with that crap.
Yeah.
KLE renders are so 2017. Oh my gosh.
So once you have like some, and actually I would do before you have like your renderer do some final stuff. I would do some informal polling like in your Discord. Maybe on Reddit or something, just be like, this is what I have so far. Is there any like immediate big feedback? And I think that's a good opportunity to start the questions about like, would you prefer the legends in the novelties? Would you prefer mod or alpha colored F-row and space bars? Or I guess F-row. We've kind of decided on the space bars now.
Yeah.
But that way you get a few more answers before you get your renderer to make stuff. And then once you have those renders, you're at a pretty good point to create your IC.
Okay. So, like, once I get I've gotten feedback, I got renders from the rendery person, then I can post.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, right, like, you've got your kitting, you've got your colors, you've got your renders, you've gotten some informal feedback from people. And so that sets you up to be like, great, I can ask those questions and maybe more on a broader scale, again, in a like IC form. You can post what the set's going to look like. You've got some board and kit renders.
Okay.
You've got like your little Pizza Rat advertisement that looks dope.
I'm proud of myself. I made this on the iPad.
Yeah, that's sick.
Oh, also, if you didn't know, 3D Keeps is the vendor. So,
hell yeah.
I'm proud of myself. I was like messing around with this crap. But yeah, this whole process is really interesting to me. Do you think it's worth, because I know there's a keycap designer Discord. I've never really gone in there except to find measurements for things.
I think you're probably at a point where I don't think you're going to get too much out of it. Like, I think you're beyond the point where most people that go in there are. Most people come in, weirdly enough, a lot of people come in barely having like bought a keycap set before, and that's not to disparage them. I'm just saying that like their base of knowledge is a lot smaller than yours, and so even having just gone through what we went through tonight, I think you're like you know stuff now. You especially know stuff after
because you taught me.
Yeah, but like you know a good amount. And like the Illustrator file you have, that's the kind of thing that most people going into the keycap designer Discord don't know how to do.
Well, I stole this from a website and then
but you know how to modify it, and that's what counts.
Well, I mean, I've had experience with Illustrator before, so like this part wasn't that bad for me, but it was more like I didn't understand like dimensions of keycaps and stuff, which is I actually saw your post, no pun intended, about keycap sizing and like the formula that you use. So I was messing with that.
Iwade does make a good point. It could be a good place to go get some feedback once you've got like your polling for kitting and stuff, like what people would prefer to see.
Do you think the polling is better to do before or after the IC is posted? Like, is that part of the interest check, or?
I think both. I think it's always good to do some polling before you post an IC, just to see if there's like anything really blatant or something that people feel very strongly about. That's a good way to just get it into a little bit more finalized state before the IC. But then obviously once you post it to like a wider forum, it's good to see what like general audiences think, because there is some like selection bias, right? Like what people in just your Discord think, or what people in the keycap designer Discord think, that's going to be a lot more similar to each other and maybe differentiated from what like the average buyer would want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Knowing where to find the things is probably more important than just knowing the things. Honestly, Dangling.
I agree.
I like literally.
It's like you've got KLE, you've got the keyboard render kit, you've got your Illustrator files. That's like so much of the battle.
You just want to be careful about designing via survey. Yeah, I mean, there's some things like I won't compromise on, but I don't like. I don't really care for a lot of stuff. Like, as far as like novelties, I'm down for like more input about that. For kidding, I definitely want input. But yeah, I also don't listen to haters, so that might be a good.
I think what No Pun is getting at, and like you see it, I'm not worried that that's what's going to happen with this set. Is people will like literally try to have everything designed from the ground up by audiences. Be like, here's 5 different mod pillars. Which one do you like this best? Or like, here's 3 different ways we could do the mod legends, or like, which of these 4 sub legends would you prefer? And that's not really what you're doing. You're like, what would you prefer the color for the F keys to be? Because of the way like the pizza crust works, or like, would you prefer to have legends in the toppings or not? And I think those are very fair. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. He means more like you put out so many like options that it then becomes no longer your set. It's like it's the amalgamation of like all the survey responses.
Right, and you see it a lot on Geekhack, honestly. Like, I think maybe more so with boards, where people will be like, great, here's like a blank slate of a 60%. Help me make it interesting. And that's not how you design a board.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel like I already have like a direction I want to go. It's more just like little things that I want to know what people want, basically.
Right, it's getting the pulse of like, do people feel strongly about certain things that I might not be like, I might be more apathetic on. What was your idea?
Okay. Girl.
What up?
So, you know how we got this top row?
Yeah.
What if we do like this? I'm gonna just move this up. What if we do like this? And change this? And this. Because then it's more like pizza shape. You could even do like these 2.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, some boards gonna look weird, but that'd be kind of funny.
I kind of dig it. And like, even if like that doesn't go in base, it could easily go in one of the novelty kits. It's so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this was my idea. This is what I had originally, but I was thinking, what if you did like to create that like circular shape? You just like kind of make the slope like
kind of fuck with it.
Yeah. Maybe like this one. I'm just messing around at this point.
Oh, yeah, No Pun brings up a good point. That's something I added later that
Ooh, let me write that down.
That wasn't in my KLE, was the international kit. And honestly, you'll probably be... KBD fans asked me to add an international kit, so I feel like you'd probably be asked the same thing. You may as well make one.
For international. Okay, this is good to know. Yeah, basically my idea is by the end of the week, I'll be pretty set to like post some things.
Oh yeah.
That's my goal anyways. We'll see if
I think it's a good goal. I think like you could easily have a lot of this done by the end of the week.
Okay, let me I'm gonna save this. Pizza Rat Kitty. There are a number of variations there. To be honest, I want to rely on this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's like people's boards are different, so like some of them are squished. But I just thought I just had an idea.
You've got like the F13, and you've
Yeah.
got the like 75% that
Or,
are
like,
all
all squished
compressed.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes across the same issue that like gradient sets do.
Yeah. But yeah, Kaylee is pretty fun. I've been having fun with it. I've used it the most to do like QMK via stuff. So
Right.
it's interesting, like making stuff that's like colorful. Except for so this is my other keyboard idea or keycap idea was when I do like layouts for like keyboards. I don't know if this one has. This is what I do for to map the columns and rows for QMK code. Is I make the columns like in different colors, and it always makes like a really pretty
cool
design typically.
God, that is really satisfying to look at.
Right? Oh, here's your board.
A Dabaka
dude,
bean.
the
God,
Dabaka
that's
bean
pretty.
looks pretty.
Lit. I'm excited. Everyone had better buy one of these.
Recommended software Lepton. What's that?
Sounds like some tea.
Yeah, right? Lepton tea. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fancy. Alright. I think that was all that I wanted to know. Cause yeah, I feel like I'm in for managing Git gists. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. Thank you for following! The P Company. The P Company, thank you so much for supporting my stream. How are you doing? I wonder who that is. Alright.
It's an imposter. It's not
It
the
is
real
an
P
imposter.
company.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that was pretty much it. Is there anything else you can think of that would be good for new designers to know?
Let me think. Oh,
The P Company! What the heck? Thank you
how many was
for
that?
the
Oh my
10
God.
gifted subs. I'm looking forward to all these people getting notifications that the P Company
P
gifted them
Company.
a sub.
Holy shit.
Thank you so much, the P Company. You're number one. Wow.
Some generous benefactors out there. Some really
Yeah.
successful, people in the community.
I love how it says it on my screen, the P Company. This is the best day ever, you guys. Birthday week has been lit. There's another P Company.
That's the real one this time.
Wow, there's two. Oh my gosh. Give TKC. No, don't bring that drama to me, you static.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that.
No, they're gonna be like, keep
No.
canceled.
They're going to be like, this Pizza Rat set is clearly a ripoff of our peach tea set.
Obviously, hello.
Pizza, peach tea, it's basically the same thing.
Alright, so hopefully I'll be able to get this interest check up and running in the next few weeks. I'm excited. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm excited to make like little promotional materials. I learned how to make animations recently. But yeah. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Thanks for having me on, and this was fun. I'm glad we got to go over all this.
Yeah, thanks for like helping me. This is like super informative. Like, I would not be able to do this without you.
For sure. Hit me up if you
I'll
have
get
any
you a
questions.
set of Pizza Rat. Oh, look at Winnie. I'll get you a set of Pizza Rat on
Dang.
me.
I will shill the fuck out of it.
Heck yeah. That's what we gotta do, support each other, you guys. We were hardcore shilling for aesthetic.
Exactly. I'm now obligated to shill literally everything everybody else's shit till the end of time.
You don't have to. It was just
Oh,
really
but I'm
fun.
going to.
Alright, let's find somebody to raid. Who's doing what and why? you guys feel like there's, I don't know how to say her name properly. I think it's Jin Wang. Xin Wang. Ooh, yeah, no pun intended. Show your set. Girl, chill it. Do it.
Important research is going right now.
Ooh, I love important research. Okay, let's raid them because they're my friends. Alright, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a long day. We did a lot of streaming, but it was lots of fun. I will be back on Wednesday for my birthday stream. I'm not sure what time yet. It depends how lazy I am. Ooh, everybody get that DSS late harvest.
Yes, go get.
When's the
DSS
end
late
of
harvest.
the group buy?
I think it's soon.
Is it MK Ultra the North America vendor?
Yeah.
Dang, only 135?
135, and it includes everything you usually have in base, plus ortho and ergo.
Oh
and
yeah.
40s.
Let's look at this.
It's got everything.
That's a huge kit.
Yeah.
Especially the ergo stuff. Holy crap.
And No Pun worked his generic legend magic to like compress as many keys as possible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of work went into making this as cost efficient as it is for as many keys as it is.
Heck yeah. So get in on that DSS late harvest. I might pick this up actually because I've been meaning to try DSS.
Oop, the P Company redeemed Carlton dance.
Yeah! Alright, everyone. I will see you guys on Wednesday. I hope you have a good evening, good day tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I rated them.
Okay.
Where they at? Okay.
Nice milk.